Hey beautiful people, and welcome back to Tiziana's beautiful fragrance channel, where we share this guy's fragrance together, guys. Hey guys, and today I show you 10 fragrances that you really have to try. But before we start, guys, please don't forget to subscribe to this beautiful fragrance channel down below and like this video. That really helps me out and doesn't cost you anything, and you don't miss out on any new videos. So thank you a lot in advance. Starting off this list, guys, and I just want to explain shortly what I mean with that is that these are really 10 fragrances that I would have loved someone recommended to me when I was just starting off with fragrances. So some of them are quite mass appealing, some of them are special, so it would have really helped me in the beginning to not be too much into mainstream fragrances. And yeah, starting off with this list and starting off with with one of the most obvious ones for me personally, and that is Terre de Hermes, guys. Terre de Hermes Eau de Toilette. I think either if you're just starting off with fragrances, or if you maybe are collecting already, or you are into fragrances and you maybe skipped on this one, you really have to give it a try, guys, because this will forever be a masterpiece in my mind. It is just so simple while being not boring at all. I think this is such a groundbreaking fragrance. That gorgeous orange combined with the vetiver is just amazing. It is one of the best lingering scents in the air. This was really, for me, such a special fragrance when I first discovered it, because it was such a big difference for me wearing this fragrance or just smelling this fragrance on paper. This is really a fragrance you have to experience, and it is an experience in itself. It is such a gorgeous scent, and for me, one of the most special fragrances that is ever created. And yeah, it has good longevity, good projection. It smells so classy, so elegant, will never get out of style for me. It always fits your mood in a way, and it always enhanced my mood in the morning when I wore this. I think this is one of the only bottles that I ever finished, to be honest with you. And yeah, it has a reason, because I just love the way it smells, and I still love it. Nowadays I also love to wear the parfum a lot, but I wanted to recommend you this to try, because I think this is the OG Terre de Hermes that you really should give a try, guys, even if you are into fragrances already. This is such a masterpiece. This is Terre de Hermes Eau de Toilette. Continuing with the fragrance that gives you another dimension how a fresh fragrance can be. This is Allure Edition Blanche. For me, one of the most special fresh fragrance there is. It's just such a gorgeous smell, guys. This fragrance is something else. This fragrance is edgy while being a likable, fresh, masculine fragrance that you can rock every day. It is one of my summer signatures. You know that if you follow me for some time, but I still like to wear this now when it's getting colder outside. If it's just a day where I want to feel fresh, clean, just step out of the shower and want a fragrance that enhances my mood, enhances my energy. This is my way to go. It is so much more interesting than a lot of other fresh fragrances for me. It is just such a gorgeous style with that acidic citrus. Then you have that vanilla tonka bean combo. It is just absolutely to die for, and it is a fragrance a lot of people just enjoy so much around you. It is way more special for me than any other Allure fragrance in the whole line. It is just an outstanding Chanel for me at this point, with Platinum Egoist, my favorite Chanel fragrances. And I just hope that they come up with something new, to be honest with you guys. But this one will always have a really big place in my heart. And this is something that I would always recommend you to try if you're just starting off and you want just a fresh fragrance, because this is such a high-end fresh fragrance for every day. It still performs quite well. It is better performing in warmer weather, but still now I get my 6 hours if I spray like 6-7 times with this. Great fragrance, and I like this duality of fresh and sweet, and here it's done to perfection. Chanel in the Chanel way. Gorgeous fragrance, Chanel Allure Edition Blanche. Next up we have a quite dense fragrance, and this is just such a good alternative to so many other fragrances. This is Chopard Oud Malaki. And even if I haven't worn this for some time, guys, I still appreciate it for what it is so much. I think Nowadays there are so many fragrances like Altair. I'm trying Altair right now. guys, and I don't like it at all. I don't know how people really like that smell. But even if you are into that, right, and even if you want something more dense, more maybe a bit more opulent, a bit more strong and spicy now for winter time, guys, try this fragrance. This fragrance is something else, because even if it's called Oud Malaki, it's more like an amber fragrance. It's a spicy amber with some buttery oudi touches. I think this is the best way to describe this fragrance. It is super strong, it is super opulent in a way, so this makes you smell rich, and this makes you smell really sophisticated. It is just such a gorgeous and handsome smell for me. You just don't overspray with this fragrance, guys. It is you can choke people out with this fragrance. I did it once, and that's why I can't really wear this so much, but I'm coming into it again. I'm coming back to this fragrance, and I really enjoy it. The last time I wore this, I think 2 weeks ago, and I quite enjoyed it already. I think this is just such a pleasant, strong, masculine fragrance that you can rock to any occasion, in the nighttime, I would say more than in the daytime, in the wintertime, because this cuts through the cold so easily, so good. Even here, German winter, no problem, guys. This fragrance is great. Chopard Oud Malaki. Next up is a fragrance, guys, that I still consider one of the best fresh fragrances for men. This is Narciso Rodriguez Bleu Noir, just the Eau de Toilette. This fragrance, guys, if you don't know, I mean, I have this in my collection for like 2 years now, I think. Yeah, and what I absolutely love about this fragrance is that you get a fresh shower jelly fragrance combined with that vetiver, with that gorgeous vetiver, some kind of strong vetiver smell that you also get in Terre Eau de Toilette. Here just made a bit smoother, not that peppery, with that blue touch. It is a gorgeous fragrance, to be honest with you, and I think you can find this for like 40 euros, which I really appreciate. I think this is such a high-end smelling fragrance and such a easy-going fragrance, while still being something that you easily can rock to any special occasion. I think this is also a great wedding scent. It is just such a good arounder, and that's why I wanted to get it into that list, because I think this still flies under the radar. It has a lot of flankers, but I think the Eau de Toilette is still the best for me. It's not that sweet or something irisy that the others are, and I think this is better for every day and still has that special touch. So if you're looking for like a really good arounder, and you don't want to go too much designerish, right, try this fragrance, guys. It's way more cheap and it's so good. This fragrance is really nice. It has a smoky side a bit. It has just interesting notes combined with that touch. It's for me better. It's better for me than Bleu de Chanel. So try it, guys. This is Narciso Rodriguez Bleu Noir for him. Next up, we have a leather fragrance, guys, that I just wanted to include because this made me really love leather again this year, and this is Schwarzlose Berlin Leder 6 or Leather 6 if you want to, but the original name, the German name is Leder 6. And yeah, man, this fragrance is not your typical ombre leather fragrance or something like this that just smells like a pair of shoes or a new sports car. This fragrance smells different. This has vanilla in it. It's such a cozy, sensual leather. You have a really, how you can say it, a really pretty, really dark black leather combined with vanilla and combined with incense. And it is just to die for, to be honest with you. I think this is such a gorgeous fragrance also for every day if you really love a little bit more of that, daring vibe without being too daring, because this just smells expensive. This smells different and it has a really sensual vibe to it. Like I said, it's not a rough leather at all. It is something that I also could see on a woman, but I still think there is something in here that screams masculinity, and it is also a really good arounder. That's why I wanted to show it to you in this video, because I wore this also with in combination as layering with Barraronda to night outs, to parties, to dinners. And this on itself, guys, it's great. My mother gifted me this fragrance for my birthday this year, and I had a big sample before, a 10 ml sample. I rushed through it because I loved it so much, and still, guys, I really enjoyed this fragrance. It's such a gorgeous leather, and this really made me find leather so much more attractive again, and a different side of leather, right? It's not your typical, like I said, I don't want to bash too much Tom Ford leather fragrances, but it's a little bit more interesting for me, right? I don't want to smell just like a leather shoe, and this one is different, guys, and super sensual. Leder 6 from Schwarzlose Berlin. Continuing with Oud fragrance, and I wanted to show you a really wearable, underrated Oud fragrance. This is Nero Oud by Tiziana Terenzi, one of my favorite night out fragrances to this day, and I would always recommend you this, guys, for like a night out fragrance. To be honest with you, it just hits every point when you think about this. This one has a woody. This is Indian Oud, so you have a really woody, smoky oud here without any animalic side. Then you have a really nice raspberry side to it that you just can experience in the dry down with a leather side. So we have some ombre leather vibe in here, but elevated so much, guys, with that oud. This fragrance has such a nice dry down on the. It's so smooth. In the first minutes, it's a bit it's a bit confusing and crazy, the smell, but it is such an absolute masculine masterpiece for me. I think this is really how a man should smell, and that's why I really enjoy to wear this in the nighttime and now in colder days. I think I got this in January. I rocked it all winter to my night outs, and now I'm rocking it again. I think this is just such a gorgeous and still pleasant, versatile fragrance. You can also wear this in the daytime if you want to. I think that the name fits the fragrance really well. It's a dark oud, so I would wear it more in the nighttime, and then it shines, and it's so mysterious, so sexy, so gorgeous, so unique in every way, and it's still quite affordable for like a niche fragrance. I think I got this for 110 euros. So if you just wait for a good price, guys, this fragrance is so much better than a lot of oud fragrances, I would say. So I would always go for this one. This is Nero Oud by Tiziana Terenzi. Going back to designer fragrances, guys, and this is also a fragrance that is such an underrated gem to this day, and I think it's quite old already. This is Valentino Uomo, just the Eau de Toilette. Yeah, and what can I say? It's just gorgeous. It just smells masculine, fresh with that bergamot. You have a chocolatey coffee hazelnut vibe here, so it has a gourmandish side, and then you have leather and woods. And for me, this is absolutely fantastic. I tried the Born in Roma Intense. I also quite like this, to be honest, but I still think this is better from the Valentino line. It is just everything you want in a super versatile cold weather fragrance that you can also rock in spring and maybe also in summer if you want to. It has that sensuality, it has that roughness. It's just such a gorgeous smell, guys. Of course, it is in the same vein like Dior Homme, the original Dior Homme or Dior Homme Intense, but still it has so much more to offer in a way that it's cheaper, and I think it's still way more versatile in a way, because this is daring while being chic. You can wear this to a night out, you can wear this to a date, you can wear this every day and without any problem. And this is one of the easiest going fragrances I know, and it got me a lot of unexpected compliments on the street. That's what I find so interesting about this fragrance. It lingers in the air. It's not the strongest fragrance, but when I go with this fragrance, I really like going crazy, like 10 sprays with this fragrance. And then, guys, compliments fly if you want to, of course. You can apply less and it's more intimate, but it's just such a versatile fragrance that I would always recommend you trying, because I think this is also such a good all-rounder, such a interesting fragrance that is a designer fragrance that flies under the radar, and it's super chic and sophisticated. Also, you can wear this also to a special dinner with some colleagues or something like this. This is Valentino Uomo Eau de Toilette. Okay guys, a fragrance that I was sleeping on, and I wish really someone would have told me that earlier. This is Naxos by Xerjoff, guys. This is just one of the best fragrances for men. To be honest with you, if you really are into fragrance, or if you just want to experience the best of the best, I would go with this over like 10 other fragrances that you can buy. When you have like a budget of 200 euros, I would go with this over like 10 other fragrances. It's just my personal opinion, because I love it so much. I mean, you see how much I used it, and it's quite strong. For me, this is just the epitome of sensual, sexy, masculine smell. This is something that you can rock even on a summer night. You can rock this in autumn, winter, spring. It will make you smell fantastic. The longevity and protection is absolutely fantastic and amazing. And yeah, it is so likable. It is so likable. Everyone really likes this fragrance. And what I love about this, that's why I don't show you Leighton here, more than on Leighton, is that for me, this is more original, to be honest with you. Because the way they blended citrus, lavender and that honey tobacco combo here, I think it's still really special, and people say this is an NPC fragrance without really thinking about that in real life. It isn't at all, guys. This is such a special fragrance for people that are not into fragrances, and just keep that in mind. And trust me, guys, at least sample this fragrance and then decide for yourself. But I think this is one of the best buys you can do. This is Xerjoff's Naxos. Ooh, and one of my favorite fragrances right now that I just included in this list, maybe because of that, but also because I think this is also quite underrated in all that hype game. This is African Leather by Memo Paris, guys. And of course people talked about this fragrance online, but not enough. Not enough, guys. Man, this fragrance is not a leather fragrance at all. It is just such a beautiful homage to a really romanticized version of like a westernized view of Africa. That sounds a bit weird, but it is. When you smell that, you know what I mean. It's just beautiful cardamom with an ambery base, a hint of leather in the back, and what I love most about this fragrance, and besides the way that this smells on me all the time, is when this dries down, it has a fresh dryness that I never smelled before, combined with that ambery sweetness. It's just amazing. This duality, the spiciness is really prominent in the opening, but then turned like fleets away a bit, and then you get mostly that dry freshness with that ambery base. Super sexy in my opinion, super sophisticated and elegant. And one thing that I want to say about this fragrance, because I think a lot of people get that wrong about this fragrance, this is not a beast mode fragrance, guys. If you're looking for a beast mode fragrance, do get something else. This, of course, has good longevity and projection, but it's not meant to be super loud, right? This fragrance projects from your skin, of course, but it's not filling a room. It's a French perfume house that makes a fragrance that makes you smell elegant, and it's not elegant to fill the whole room. So that's something I wanted to add to this fragrance, because I think there's a lot of misinformation online nowadays. People just hearing something and just talking all the time. So just do your own picture, guys. And I think this is one of the most, that's why I wanted to show it for you for real. this is one of the most mass appealing, unique smelling fragrances I know. And that is something really interesting. I think when someone would have showed me this in the early stages of my fragrance game, I would be blown away. Or maybe I wouldn't have understand it, but at least I would be happy to have found such a great fragrance. So just try it, guys. Try it with a sample. Try it in a store. I think this Memo you get can try in a lot of stores. It's an absolute fantastic fragrance. For me, this is African Leather by Memo Paris. And last but not least, I have to include this fragrance. This is Ganymede by Marc-Antoine Barrois. And this is just something that I experienced, for myself and for other people that tried this fragrance. In the first stages, a lot of people won't really find this too attractive, to be honest. But this is a fragrance that grows so fast on you, and then you just love it. Then you just love this DNA, and it's one of the most sophisticated and most beautiful, unique, fresh fragrances you can buy. This will be kind of a new era of fragrances, guys. Or it's already like so popular. I could tell you like 5 different fragrances that remind me of this fragrance, because this was so good in the first place. So I think this is the OG. This is something that you really have to wrap your mind around to understand what this fragrance does, and either you like it or you hate it, but still it is such an interesting fragrance. And for me, it's so interesting that this is a fresh fragrance that is so different and unique. It is sophisticated, it smells super rich. It is just one of the best fresh fragrances in my opinion. When my girlfriend would like this one, guys, I would wear this more. She doesn't really like it. That's why I can't really wear it around her, or I don't do it. But still, I love to wear this to the studio. I love to wear this whenever, and it's such a strong, great smell. This is Ganymede by Marc-Antoine Barrois. And that's for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this list of fragrances. Tell me down in the comments below what you think about this 10 fragrances that I would really recommend you to try, and what are really hidden gems that you can recommend to me. I'm curious like always. See you next time. Enjoy your day, guys. Bye bye.